Good afternoon everybody, welcome to this session of structural engineering design and detailing. As you all had seen in all the sessions till now how important steel structures members are, and related to that specifically we were seeing what is the design of the plate girder. Though we had seen different connections which connect to the plate girder which form one single member, but here from the past two or four sessions we have been seeing specifically design of plate girder. So last session I had completed half of the problem till check for shear. So let us see a small recap. I hope till now you all must have understood and by-hearted some of the steps at least. I request all of you all, it is very easy problem. It requires some of your efforts here. Anything is easy when our efforts are put on it, or even the small easiest things also becomes difficult when we don't put some efforts on it. So I'll just give you a small recap in some minutes. What we had done here, first when we see the problem, we see what is the span given. In this problem 24 is the span given, and the weight, the UDL coming onto this girder is 100 kilonewton per meter, and he has given here don't provide intermediate stiffeners. Regarding the stiffeners we'll be seeing in the problems coming in the further sessions. Here now he has not given the self weight, so first step what do we do is what he gives, span 24 and 100 kilonewton per meter is the UDL. Next what do we do is we assume self weight. As I had told you all, we'll have to assume somewhere around 150 or 200. I have taken it around 150 kilonewton. Next what we'll do is the self weight per meter length. So 150 divided by 24, that is around something, we'll get a value that is for per meter length. Then we'll be adding up the total load what is coming onto the girder, that is UDL plus this self weight, that is around 106 or something we had got. We had factored it, after factoring we had got some value that is around 160 kilonewton per meter. So this was with the total load. This was the step 1. Now in the step 2 what we will be seeing is what is the maximum bending moment. We'll be calculating it. As I had told you for UDL and the simply supported beam, we have a maximum UDL bending moment when UDL is coming, uniformly distributed load is coming, we get it as WL square by 8. W is the total load what we had calculated from step 1. We'll put it in the W. L is the span length, that is WL square by 8. We had got some value, that is MU. Next we'll be designing the maximum shear force, that is WL by 2 shear force, maximum shear force. So W is already the total load, L is the span, we get VU value also. Now the step 2 is over. In the step 3 we'll be designing the web. In the web what we'll be doing is we'll be designing the depth of the web as well as the thickness of the web. In depth of the web you can see dW is given by mu into K by Fy to the power of 0.33. You can see here depth of web dW is equal to mu into K by Fy to the power of 0.33. Mu is the maximum bending moment what we had got, and K, as I had told you, we'll have to assume it. In the previous problems I had assumed it as 150. In this problem I had assumed it as 180 to show you all what is the difference when the K value changes, what will happen to the web, how it fails or whether it is capable of resisting the shear. We'll be seeing that. So then what we had done, we had seen the thickness of the web, mu by Fy into K square to the power of 0.33. We had designed the web now. It was around 1874 into 12 mm. Next we had gone for the design of the flange. In the design of the flange, breadth of the flange, that is 1/3 of depth of the web. So from that we had got it around 1/3 into 1874 was around 620. Next we had calculated the area of the flange. From the area of the flange we calculated the thickness of the flange also. That I had got it as 40 mm. As I had told you, 40 mm is not practical. It is not possible to attach a plate of 40 mm thickness to a web. It is practically, it is very tough. So thereby in those conditions what we do is we just now distribute these plates into number of plates. That is, I had taken 4 plates. I had taken 4 plates of 10 mm. Okay, now that was over. Next we had seen the check for shear. In the check for shear what we have to do is, what is essential is VU, that is the maximum shear force, should be less than what is the shear force we get. In page 53 a clause has been given where it says VU should be less than or equal to 0.6 VD. It is very important, VU should be less than or equal to 0.6 times of VD. This is the design shear strength. After calculating in 12 mm when we had taken the thickness, that the web had failed. So there I had told you we'll have to change the size of the web from 12 to 16. I had changed it. After changing it to 16, I had calculated in that this had become safe. So this was safe in shear. So till here it was clear. Let us continue from here. Now we'll have to check for flexure whether it is safe in flexure or no. Let us see here. Check for flexure. Step 6, that is. I request of all of you all to please carry the code books while solving this problem. We require it. It is very important. We need code book. Let us see in page 53. Again, he has given it here. In page 53, what does the clause say here? The clause says MD is equal to the design shear strength MD. MD is given by design moment, that is BB into ZP into Fy by gamma M0. Let us see what is the specific he has given here. BB is 1 for plastic and compact sections. BB is equal to 1. And ZP is the plastic modulus. We'll have to calculate ZP. Now ZP is area of flange into CG of flange plus area of web into CG of web. Now this should be multiplied 2 times. As this I section is symmetric, we'll be seeing the CG from the center, so it should be multiplied into 2 times. Fy is 250. Yield stress. And what is gamma M0? Gamma M0 in page 30 it is 1.1. Okay, in page 30. This is given in page 30. Table 5. Okay, let us substitute these values here and let us check whether our section is safe in flexure also or no. So the I section, let us just draw the I section. Now let us check this here. First we will have to calculate the ZP, that is plastic modulus. Let us check that. That is very important. Please be careful in calculating this. It is very important. Try to understand it. If you have understood this, you can easily calculate this step. Now ZP, as I had told you, area of flange into CG of flange. The flange is 620 into 40. 620 into 40 into CG of flange. So the CG of the flange should be seen from the center of the I section, from here to center of this, from there to here, this center. We need this part. So this part, as you can see, as this is 1874, half of 1874 by 2 plus half of this 40 by 2. Okay, this is clear. Area of flange is 620. You can see that the dimensions there into 40 into 1874. How did I get that? We'll have to see the CG from the center of the I section to the center of this flange. So from here to here, this we want this distance, as this distance is 1874 by 2 into 40 by 2. You can see here 1874 by 2 plus 40 by 2. Now let us see here plus area of web. Area of web is 1874 not 1874. Here what we'll have to do is, we'll have to take the half of this into 16, half of this into 16. 1874 by 2, I'll just take that. Hope it is clear. You can just see here, that is area of the web. We are seeing 1874 into 16. Okay, so into CG of the web. CG of the web, already now see, we are seeing from this center. So 1874 by 2 is already, that is 937. So see, this part is 937 from here to here. This part is 937. We want 930. This part is 937. We want CG of 937 will be 937 by 2. Okay, 937 by 2. We'll have to multiply whole of this into 2. If you calculate this, you please calculate it. 620 into 40 into 937 into 20, okay, plus 1874 into 16 into 937 divided by 2 into 2. I have got this value as, let us check this value, 74.50. 74.56 into 10 to the power of 6 mm power 4. Okay, hope this is clear till here. Okay, 74.56 into 10 to the power of 6 ZP we have got. Now what we have to do, just substitute these value. MD is equal to BB into ZP, MD into ZP into Fy by gamma m0. Let us substitute all these values. BB is 1, ZP is 74.56 into 10 to the power of 6 into Fy is 250 divided by 1.1. Just check this value. Please calculate this value. I am getting it as 16.94. 16.94 or around something. Just check it again. Please check it again. You can see here. You can see here. So this value I am getting it as 18,635. 18,635 into 10 to the power of 6. This is in Newton. So in this is in Newton mm. In kilonewton it will be 18,635 kilonewton meter. Now what we'll have to see is this MD what we are calculating here, that should be greater than MU what we had calculated. Let's see it here. So the MD, this is MD. MD should be greater than MU. 18,635 should be greater than 11. It is, I think, 11,475. So therefore this has satisfied. So it is safe in flexure also. So it is safe in flexure because MD is 18,635 and that is greater than 11,475 MU moment what we had calculated. So it is safe in flexure. Hope this is clear. Please be clear in calculating this ZP. This is area of the flange, that is 620 into 40. What I have done 1874 by 2. Don't get confused. We have to see from center of this point to the center of the flange. 1874 is this whole web. So from here it will be 937. 1874 by 2 is 937 from here to here. from that 40 by 2. So 1874 by 2 plus 40 by 2. Hope that is clear. CG of flange. Next come to the web. Web is this 1874 into 16. We have taken that as 16. Okay, into now from here center of half. So this part is 937, so that is why I have written 937 by 2 into 2 you do. So we are getting it as 74.56 into 10 to the power of 6. I have just substituted these value. BB is 1.1, ZP is 74.56 into 10 to the power of 6 into 250 by 1.1. I am getting that value as 18635 into 10 to the power of 6. It is in Newton mm because 250 is in Newton. No, you just see here. So that I am getting it back into kilonewton meter, that is 18635. Now 18 MD should be greater than MU, 18635 is greater than 11475, so it is safe in flexure. So our plate girder is safe in shear as well as safe in flexure. Let us see the next step. We will have to see the curtailment of flange plates. Let us get to the next step here. So let us go to the next step. Let us start with the next step. We will have to do the curtailment of the flange plates. So once we have curtailed the flange plates, then we will have to see the connection between the flange and the web. Let us see the curtailment, how we will have to curtail the flange plates. So the curtailment of the flange plates have been given by the equation. Let us check the length of first plate. So that is 2x1 is equal to L into root of A1 net by AF net into plus AW by 8. So this is how it is given. 2x1, how the first plate, how we'll have to cut the first plate and the second plate and the third plate. Let us see what is A1 net. A1 net is the area of first plate. I'll just put the figure there so it will be very clear to you all. Just see, this is your flange. How we'll curtail it? I am just putting it into number of plates like we had provided. So this is the 4 plates of 10 mm each. All these plates are of 10 mm. We'll have to curtail these plates. Okay, 10 mm we are just curtailing these plates, and this size is of 620. Let us see 2x1. As I had told you, L is the span length. L is equal to 24. Okay, this is in meter. Let us take it into mm. A1 net. Now what is A1 net? Now A1 net is the size of the first plate. So size of the first plate is 620 is the breadth of the flange and thickness is 10. Okay, that is how the size of the first plate will be. 620 into 10, that is 6200 mm square. Okay, AF net. Now what is AF net? AF net is the whole area of the flange plate, that is 620 into 40. Please calculate this. 620 into 40. That is around 24800. Now AW by 8, that is area of web by 8. AW by 8. Area of web is 1874 into 16 divided by 8. 1874 into 16 divided by 8, that is around 3748. Let us substitute all these values here. 2x1 is equal to 24 into 10 cube under root A1 net AF net is 24,800 plus 3748. Let us check this value. I am getting it as 11.18. Okay, 11.18. Okay, approximately it is 12 meters. So this is the size of the first plate should be. It should be 12 meters. Size of the first plate should be 12. The size of the first plate should be 12 meters. It should be curtailed 12 meters. So you can just imagine here such a big amount of thickness of plate is being cut. Because of that it will make the section more economical also, because it is very costly also, so it will make the section economical. Let us see, we'll have to see for one plate will be of the same size, it shouldn't be curtailed. So we'll have three plates to be curtailed, 2x1, 2x2 and 2x3. 2x1 is complete. Let us see the 2x2. What is 2x2? We require all these values here. Length of second plate 2x2 is equal to L into root of A1 net plus A2 net by AF net plus AW by 8. It is simple. You can just see here everything is same, only for second plate A2 net is coming. A1 net, AF net, AW by 8, everything we know. What is A2 net? A2 net is the second plate size. A2 net. That is also 620 into 10, as we had taken 10 mm size of plate only. So that will also be 6200 mm square. If we had taken 12 mm size plate or 14 mm, then it would have changed here. Anyway, here we had taken everything same. Let us substitute these values. 24 into 10 cube. I have converted it to mm. So this is 6200 plus 6200 by AF net. You can see AF net 24800 plus 3748. Let us see this value. I am getting it as 15.81. Can you check it? 15.81, that is approximately 16 meters. So this is the size of the second plate. We have curtailed it. First plate was, you can see, 12 meters. Here I have converted it after calculation. I have got this plate as 16. Let us see the next plate also, third plate. As I had told you, fourth plate we don't require, only 3 plates will be curtailed. When we have 4 plates, 3 will be curtailed. If we have 3 plates, 2 will be curtailed. So let us see the last plate to be curtailed. Simple. Hope till here you must have got this formula, how it is adding up. by AF net plus AW by 8. A3 net is again, what is the size of the third plate? That is 620 into 10. As I had told you, we have taken all similar plates. We have not changed the thickness of the plates, just to avoid confusion also. Let us substitute these values here. AF A1 net, this is A2 net, and this is A3 net. AF net is 24800 plus 3248. If you calculate this, two 4800 plus 3248, root of answer into 24 into 10 cube. I am getting it as 19.54, that is around 20 meters. Approximately it is 20 meters. So hope curtailment step is very clear to you all. It is very simple. Just length into A1, if it one plate, A1 net by AF net plus AW by 8, second plate A2 net will be added, third plate A3 net will. So this is how the plate has been curtailed. I'll just put the figure here, then it will be very clear to you all how the plate has been curtailed, how the plate has been cut here, and how we are making it an economic section. Because this is a steel structure and it can increase the size as well as load also. Three plates have been curtailed. This is how it will look like. So the first plate was of about 12 meters and the next plate was of about 16. And the next plate was for about 16 meters. And this third one was about 20 meters. This is how it is curtailed. So this part has been cut both the sides. Here also this is called as curtailment. From center it will be 12 here and there. So this is how the curtailment has been done. Hope it is clear to you all. And the fourth plate, naturally it will be the plate which 620 into 10. Okay, this is how this plate will be curtailed. Hope it is clear till here. Let us go to the next step in which we will be seeing the connection between flange and web. Let's see the next step, connection between flange and the plate. That will be the 8th step, and after that we will be seeing how we'll have to weld it. So hope it is clear till here. We had seen the design of flexure, we had seen how to calculate the plastic modulus. We had seen our plate was safe in flexure, so we have moved further. Or else, if by any chance a plate would have failed in flexure, then we'll had to change it in flange. Remember, when it fails in shear, we'll change the web. It fails in flexure, we'll change the flange. Let us see the step 8, design of connection between flange and web. Now this has been given by the formula Q is equal to SF by IB, I into B into. Now what is Q? This is the design of, this is the shear. What we'll have to see, Q is the shear. We'll just check that. What is it? SF by I into B. I is moment shear force, that is VU here, VU. I is the moment of inertia. B will be taking it as 1 mm here, and this area, this is the area of flange. Please remember here, don't get confused here. This is area of flange. Till here, before this step, we are taking area of web, but this step, remember, it is area of flange. To make it more specific, I'll write it like this. that is the flange area what we had calculated, and y is the distance from the centroid to the nearest. Let us calculate that. Now first we will calculate what is I. As you know, this is the I section what we had got. Moment of inertia, we will be calculating the moment of inertia here. You need to keep drawing the figures to get a clear picture, or else you might get confused. That is why in each step I am drawing the figures again and again, so that a good clarity is got. Now I is BD cube by 12. I is equal to BD cube by 12 minus of small bd cube by 12. All of you all know this, how this formula is calculated. Let us see a big D. This is the whole B. B, this is B620. D is the whole size. Okay, B is here 620 into D. Please be clear here. Whole depth 40 plus 874 plus 40. 40 plus 1874 plus 40. Let us see what is it. 1874 plus 80. It is 1954 cube. By 12 minus of, now B is, we have seen only for this, 620 minus 16 you have to write it as 620 minus 16 into D cube is only 1874. D cube will be 1874 cube by 12. Please calculate this. What is the value you are getting? Please check this value. What is that value? 331 54.21. 54.21 into 10 to the power of 9. Okay, this is the I value of getting. Area of flange we know it is 620 into 40 AF. So AF value 620 into 40. Y bar distance will be from this center to this center, that is 1874 by 2 plus 40 by 2. Y bar will be 18. What else is left? B is 1 mm. We will be seeing for 1 mm strip, and SF, that is VU, that is a VU value, that is 1912.5. Let us convert it into Newton also. I will just write all the values at once. That is why I had written here. (937 plus 20), this is 957 mm. Now that is shear force 1912.5 into 10 cube. Let us substitute all these values. We will get 1912.5 into 10 cube. I am converting it into Newton. I value is 54.21 into 10 to the power of 9. B is 1, area of flange is 24800 into Y bar 957 we are getting at Y bar. Hope you have got this. It is very simple, everything is correct. Shear force is 1912, we are calculated in the second step, 1912.5 into 10 cube. I we have calculated from here, that is 54.21 into 10 to the power of 9. B, remember, we will be seeing for 1 mm width, 1 I have written here. Area of flange is 620 into 40, that is 24800, and Y bar from the center of the web to center of the flange, that is center of the web will be 1874 by 2 is this. From this 937 is from this part to this part plus 40 by 2, that is I have got at 957. Let us calculate what is the value we are getting here. 1912.5 into 10 cube into 24800 into 957 divided by 54.21 into 10 to the power of 9. I have got this value as 837.3 Newton per mm square. 837.3 Newton per mm square. So this is the value of Q. Now for this is the design of connection. To resist this we have to give a weld. Now we will be seeing the design of weld. Hope this step is very clear. Q is equal to SF, that is VU by I into B into area of flange into Y bar. I is the moment of inertia. How do you calculate for this hollow section? BD cube by 12 minus BD cube by 12. How did I take BD? This is capital B and D is the whole D. 40 plus 1874 plus 40, that is 1954 cube by 12. Now what is this B? Small b is this B, but we'll have to remove this 16 from here. So I've removed that 16, 620 minus 16 into 1874, only this size by 1874 cube by 12, 54.21 in 10 to the power of 9. Area of flange is 620 into 40, that is, I've written it here. Y bar, I've explained you all again, from this center to center of flange. SF is VU. After getting, I've got that as 837.3. Let us see the last step, that is design of the weld. With this step a problem will get over. Hope till here you all must have understood. So this is the last step. We'll be seeing the design of the weld. Depending on this shear strength, what should be the weld size? That we'll be seeing it here. Design of weld, this is the last step. Now here again it has been given strength of weld per mm square. It has been given in page 79. If you can see here, please open page 79 of IS. You can see here in page 79 it has been given for fillet welds also. Design strength of fillet weld, FWD shall be based on throat area, that is FWD is equal to FWN by gamma MW. Strength of weld per mm square. This is given in page 79. You can see here it is given as FWD is equal to FWN by gamma MW. Gamma MW. Again it has given further. Now what is FWN? It has been given like FWN is equal to FU by root 3. Now FU, you can see in the question, FU is this 410. So this will be 410 by root 3. Okay, we'll get this value here, FWN. Gamma MW, please go to partial safety factor. Please take page 30. Always remember whatever related to gamma, that is given page 30. You can see here gamma MW. We are seeing welds. For this we have two types, shop fabrication or field fabrication. Here for field weld, that is 1.5 for field weld. Gamma MW. For field weld. Okay, let us substitute these values here. Page 30, as I told you before also. 236.7 this is. 71, we have got this FWD. Just let us substitute this value here. FWD is equal to 236.71 by 1.5. I am taking it as field weld. For field weld, gamma MW value is 1.5. This is in page 30. Okay, let us see here. 157.8. I'm getting it as 157.8. Okay, just check that value here, 157.8. 157.8. So we have calculated FWD, that is 157.8. Simple. Now let us see for the shear what we had got, what will be the value. For that what we'll have to do is shear value we had got it as around 837.3. So that is Q is equal to this 157.8 into throat thickness, T into 1. T is the throat thickness here, T is the throat thickness. So what we'll do, Q value we had got it as 837.3 into 10 cube is equal to 157.8 into T. Let us see what is the T we are getting. 837.3 into 10 cube divided by 157.8. So throat thickness I am getting it as 5.30 mm. This is the throat thickness. Let us see now the throat thickness is 5.3. Let us see the size of the weld. Size of the weld. Size of the weld is given by T is equal to 0.7 into S. T is equal to 0.7 into S. T value I have got, S is equal to T by 0.7. T is 5.3 by 0.7. I am getting it as 7.58, that is approximately 8 mm. So hope all this is clear. We have finished the problem here. We have completed design of the weld. Strength of the weld per mm given by page, it is given in page 79. FWD is equal to FWN by gamma MW. FWN we had calculated, that is FU by root 3, 410 by root 3. I have got that value as 157.8. Q has been given by Q is equal to FWD into T into 1. T is throat thickness. I have just substituted that value. T is equal to 5.3. Size of weld is T is equal to 0.7 into S. S is the size of the weld, that is we have got as 8 mm. Hope this problem is clear to you all. I request all of you all to please go through these sessions one by one. They are very important. If you practice it, you will be getting a 15 marks problem, which is very easy. You can score it very easily. And the problems that what I have covered here is, these have been given the previous question papers. One was given in 2016 and the other was given in 2014 also. So I am giving those type of problems which are coming in university. I don't want you all to get confused by doing some other problems. You can go through all these problems. It will be very informative to you all, and it will be very easy to follow these steps. I request all of you all to please follow it. So hope it is clear till here. Thank you for this session.